Live on WPPM FM 106.5 Philadelphia. So excited today. As we had mentioned before the break, we would be back, and we are back with Uva Coles, Vice President of Institutional Advancement and Strategic Partnerships at Peirce College. My man Malik Brown, Assistant VP, Employee Relations at Peirce College. As we had mentioned, the Peirce College Job Fair is tomorrow, so it's only right that we had Uva and Malik come in and speak to our listeners about when the job fair is, where the job fair is at, what people should expect, all the general questions. Plus, Malik and Uva are friends of the family. I've been knowing both for years, so I'm just excited to have them. So maybe we'll bounce some other topics around as well. Malik Brown, Uva Coles. Uva, talk to him. How's it going?
It is, as I said earlier, it's a good day. It is a good day, Kenneth, and it does feel like we are at a family reunion.
Yes.
It's wonderful to have a chance to reconnect with you, and now we get to make new friends. I feel like now we have new cousins, right?
Yes,
We'll
yes, I love it.
Tiffany, Southerland, Alberta, Bertolino, Will Martin, Uva Coles, Malik Brown. It's the Career Seeker Show.
Yes,
Loving
indeed.
it. Loving it. So we are thrilled to just talk about our upcoming job fair tomorrow at Peirce College, 1420 Pine Street here in Philadelphia, from 9 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock p.m. This is a job fair that is open to any and everyone who may be looking not just for a job, but an opportunity to upskill, to move into that next position, and more importantly, into a career path. I'll talk a little bit more about Peirce College and why when Malik and I talk about it, we get so excited and we smile, and it's authentic and it's real. Because this is an institution that is really designed with the community in mind. And so we'll share a little bit more about that, but I have a tendency to steal Malik's thunder. So
Impossible.
I will exercise a little bit of restraint and tee it over to Malik, who's actually has taken this job fair by the reins this year and has really spearheaded an effort that we are, as a college, as a community, thrilled about. So Malik, what say you, sir?
Well, thanks, Uva, and thanks, Kenneth, for inviting us today. I think Uva covered all the important logistics, but let me just add that we have over 40 employers who are registered to come out tomorrow. Employers including Comcast, PGW, SEPTA, Santander, a number of really big regional employers who have jobs that they're looking to fill right now. And so employers have committed to actually doing some interviews on the spot. They have committed to ensuring that Peirce students have an opportunity post the job fair to engage with these organizations, and they are hiring across the spectrum. So they're hiring customer service jobs, human resource jobs, IT, accounting, marketing. So it kind of runs the gamut for the type of positions that these employers are hiring.
Now, this career fair is open to the public as well, am I correct?
Absolutely open to any and everyone who has an interest and a need, again, to identify additional opportunities for that new opportunity. So for us, whether you are that person looking for that first job or that next job or promotion, or again, that career path, there should be something at Peirce College waiting for you. One of the things that Malik was really good about doing is he has led this initiative and worked with our Career Development Services team was in speaking to every employer. I mean, really getting on the phone and talking to employers and making sure that what we have isn't a representation by name only. If we're, anyone who's in career services knows that sometimes employers show up and the opportunity may not show up with them, right?
Right,
And that's
it
very,
happens a lot,
oh, and it's so disheartening for people who are there for a job, right? So there's nothing worse than walking out and feeling like, they really weren't there to hire. Absolutely. So we know your time is critical, and so Malik again was instrumental in pretty much interviewing employers to make sure that they were coming in looking to hire. So that is a distinction that I think will make this job fair stand out and will make our participants feel good about being there.
You know, Malik, you're such a great person for that role because I know that you've worked directly with career seekers, like hand in hand. I've worked programs with you, and I've seen the work that you put in and how much you give to each career seeker. So I know that you kind of understand what the career seekers, what the expectation level is for people that are coming to a job fair with the hopes of landing a job. So with that being said, I'm sure you were able to kind of leverage that urgency with the people that you spoke to that are coming out, the companies you mentioned.
Yeah, and also, Kenneth, my job is a little easy because I'm led by, Uber Cole. So
Well, that's always a plus. That's always a plus.
it's always a plus. So I just tell folks, listen, I work for Uber, and then it gets a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, just kind of given some of the work that you and I have done in the past with job seekers and incumbent workers, just kind of leveraging some, our corporate background, our nonprofit background. We're able to sort of speak the language of business, right? And so these companies want to know that, one, are we building more strategic pipelines so that it's not episodic or transactional? Do we have the right type of talent for their critical roles? And are we, adequately preparing these students to hit the ground running when they hit the workforce? So. The great thing about Peirce is that the average age of our student is about 35 years young. And so they have 10 or 15 years of work experience already. They're working at a lot of the companies like Independence, Blue Cross, and PGW already. And what they're looking to do is to get an academic credential that will help give them more upward mobility.
Sure.
Okay. So in thinking about someone who is interested in attending the career fair who may not be a student at Peirce, so they haven't had the pleasure of being counseled by some of your colleagues, what should they bring with them when they're coming in the door to meet with these employers?
So I would say the most important thing, and I'll talk about the more concrete things, but the most important thing that I can offer is the mindset, right? So let's get ready first and foremost. It's important that they have a game plan and really think through what they want to accomplish. And that takes a little bit of time. We can accelerate that time. So tonight, if you're listening, if you're out there listening, right, or you were just on the phone talking to that friend or on Facebook, talking about how you're ready for that next job, then take some time to just breathe and reflect. And think about what you want to accomplish and make sure that you bring that with you tomorrow above everything else. Now, for the more concrete things, I know there's someone out there that's saying, yeah, I get that, but
I love how you started with
really
mindset,
Sure.
I love that.
Sure,
We
it
just
makes-
talked about that emotional piece earlier.
Oh my goodness, that emotional intelligence and the mindset, the heart, right? Those things have to be in harmony, or it shows itself to employers and to everyone else. So that aside, that being the most critical thing, I think the other piece that we want to make sure people bring is, one, that resume, right? Make sure that you complete that resume, that you've looked at it with a fine-tooth comb.
And had someone else look at it.
Oh my
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
great,
You
exactly.
will miss things.
Oh my goodness,
You
yeah.
will miss things.
Yeah.
And get maybe another friend beyond the one you always go to, because we all have,
the truth.
yes,
Who
and we all
always
have
just like,
blind
oh,
spots.
everything is great,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
great,
you
you're
don't
gonna
want
get
that.
this job.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your name is misspelled,
Right.
right? So be thoughtful, get some friends to take a look at that. Once your resume is in place, I think the other thing that you want to do is think about your image, right? Really think about your image. At Peirce, of course, we encourage you to wear business attire, right? And so that makes you stand apart. For some people, that's a little bit difficult, and so we wouldn't say don't come if you can't, but understand that plays a role, right? So the more prepared you can be, the more your image can be aligned with the position you want to get, not the position that you may have right now. It makes a big difference. So those are the tiny little things that begin the process. Then you have to do a little bit of homework, right? So get on that computer and make sure that you take a look at companies that you're interested in, so that if you come to the job fair and they are there, Malik already mentioned a few of them, and you can call us at 215-670-9202, I believe is our career services number. I usually stop by. Absolutely. 215-670-9292. Malik's giving me the right number. I tend to storm into people's offices, so that's a different story. One should call. Don't storm in there like me. But the bottom line is call Peirce. If you need some support, even tonight, we'll be available through 7 o'clock p.m. We are still there waiting for you. So if you have questions, we can certainly respond to those questions and try to get you ready. But take a look at companies you're really going after, and if they happen to be there, you will be able to show up more informed, right? You can talk about the positions you saw, show them that you did a little bit of homework and that you're the kind of candidate who's taken this seriously. Standing out is the important thing, right? So those are just some of the tiny little things that make a huge difference at job fairs. The other piece is, if you're coming with friends, come in as friends, but then part ways. And
Don't
see
come in
each
a
other.
gang.
Absolutely not. Show up with each other. It's good to to have support, so if you need that, show up with your buddies. But at the end of the day,
It's your
interviews
job
are
search.
absolutely, it is your job search, and companies are looking for individuals, right?
Yeah.
Not for groups and friends.
No.
They like-minded people, but at the end of the day, it's about you. So go to each table with a purpose. Give that eye contact, shake that hand. If they don't offer it first, make sure that you do. Again, the little things add up.
Yep.
And then make sure that you have that elevator pitch, right? That 30 second to a minute long kind of commercial about yourself. This is not about where you were born and what interests you, what your hobbies are. Don't get too
Car you
comfortable.
drive, yeah.
Absolutely not, right? Small talk is good for about 30, not even 30 seconds in this kind of setting, for a few seconds. But after that, focus, right? And talk about your interests, what you bring to the table, what makes you the most qualified candidate, and then turn it around and start asking some questions of that organization or that company. It's important that you show engagement. You're going to be nervous, it's normal. And that's okay. If you fall, I always say it's not the air, it's the repair. So get back up and keep going, right? It's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. And if you don't have a resume, the other thing you can do, if you need to print it, come to Peirce. We'll figure out a way to work with you. If you have it somewhere in cyberspace, you can use one of our computer rooms or go to our career services department. We will